your love just like a wind that blows. I can't give up and I can't let go. I won't give up, I won't lose when I'm broken down and I'm bruised.
As you can see, I am not in my local establishment of town. I'm in Manchester for the session, which the video should be out soon. For today, it is a terrible day outside. I'll just show you now. We've got the classic Travel Lodge colours, that beautiful picture. I still haven't got one of those for my house, but it is a lovely day outside. And yes, if you are asking, we are in a services. Yeah, I've never stayed in the services, you know. Why would I? But luckily, this is the only track in the country that you don't need to know about the weather because it's indoors. But yeah, onto the winter series. The last 3-4 years, I haven't really, because my asthma in the cold is much worse. So it would be like the third motor or the second motor. I'll sit it out or roll it really slowly so I can get through the day. The first round this year, there was actually the most riders we've ever had, which is about 150 or 140, 130, wherever it was. But there was a lot of riders, so that means for a bigger gap. But we did have a semi-final, that's how many riders were there. So we had a bigger gap between the races because of how many riders were there. But unfortunately, we did have a semi-final, which I did end up sitting out, but we'll get onto that. So this year in the Winter Series, I've decided to race Cruiser, just to keep it a bit more fun really. The 20-inch bit serious, you know. But I also did it because warming up for next year, we're in the Nationals are going to be racing Cruiser, because just to change it up a bit, just to see what it feels like. But I was supposed to race Cruiser this year at Nationals, but the crash in April at Bournemouth just put me off a little bit. I just kind of went off Cruiser for a bit because I was on flats and that's how I slipped off. But now I've been on clips on it, much better, and I know how to ride it. It's a bit more upright than the 20, and yeah, you don't want to compress down in the jumps on the pump as much because there's a bigger wheel under you. But yeah, let's get on to today's first motor. So my first motor was number 20, which is pretty, you know, it's normally about 10 for a winter series, so we had like double the riders at least. So there's not really much to tell you from this race because I kind of came out the gate and got into first by the first corner and led it from there, which I was pretty happy about. The conditions weren't great. There was a bit of wind, so no one was doing the first straight, so I think it was a tailwind on the second and the last. Nice and flowy down there. That was the only negative of the day, really. There wasn't any rain, so that was all right. So yeah, it was just from what I remember, the berms were dry, so or a little bit wet. So they were nice and that you could commit into them basically. So the second motor was race 42, which again, that would be the last race in the normal winter series. But I had gate 5 in this one, which is a bit further out. So I think I knew I had someone off the inside somewhere because I had the 4 gates on the inside, one of them, 2 or 3 maybe. So I knew he was going to come out quite quick. But again, somehow I got to the first corner and I was in first again. And it just felt pretty cool on the Cruiser, just because the Cruiser is literally just like you cruise if you've never ridden one and you've only ridden like 20. It's quite fun to ride actually. It's been a lot of fun riding it recently. So I've just seen from the results, looking back, I actually had semi-final 7 or whatever it was, but I had pick 3, so I did have a good pick for that one. But I remember seeing the semi-final, it was a bit stacked anyway, but I would have ridden it, but yeah, because I felt sick, I didn't. But who knows where I would have come. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to film the second round now because I'm a bit backlogged on these Winter Series ones, but they will be spread out, so you won't even notice. I'll have the same jumper on. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see the next one, don't forget to subscribe because then you get the notification, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
The roof don't drop, so we poking out of the sunroof. No AC, no MP3s, only CDs. Tell me what you want to do. If I don't make it, please don't fake it. You got me if I got you. I got this spot too that I go to when the sun is up. The grass is green, there ain't no TV screen, only blue skies. Please use your imagination, tell me what you dream. And I picture you and that on the scene. But are you snapping? Cause I ain't getting cream from serving packets on the block to fiends. Summer on the budget, you don't love it, but can you put up with it? I got a plan and I see us getting